Hello, I am the Story Girl, and welcome to the story of the Frog Prince. Once there was a princess who had many toys, but not very many friends. Somehow, princesses don't seem to have a lot of friends. Strange. Many toys, but the toy that she liked the best was a little gold ball. What she liked best about this ball is that whenever she bounced it, it would make a little jingling noise. Ding, 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 ding. And she would bounce it off the walls and the windows and the ceilings and the floors all over the royal palace until every servant shouted, "Take it outside!" So she did. And she bounced it off the trees and off the ground and off the walls outside, ding 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 ding, where nobody could hear it. So going outside to play with her ball became her favorite thing to do, and she did it every day when it wasn't raining. She would take it outside and just ding it slowly, ding, 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 and then she would ding it faster, ding 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 ding, and throw it high up in the air and catch it, and it would ding faintly in her hands. Oh, she loved that ball. And she was playing with it one day when she took it down to a forgotten corner of the garden where there was a little well. A little well sitting there, and she'd seen it many times, and so she started throwing the ball against the outside of this well. Ding, 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 and every time it would come back to her until she hit it too high and it went down into the well. She listened. Ding! Came a very faint splashing ding. She looked down the well. Now you might be thinking, there's water in the well. She can just reach down and pick it up. Wells are deep. Wells go down, 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 down to scoop up the fresh, clean water that is flowing in underwater rivers. The girl, who was a princess, the princess looked down into the darkness of the deep well, looked up, and began to cry loudly. "My ball," she said. "My ball, it's gone in the well." "Excuse me," said a deep voice. She looked around. "Hello?" "Excuse me, princess," said the deep voice again. She looked. Ew! There was a little green frog sitting on the edge of the well. "Excuse me, princess," said the frog in its deep voice. Ew! The frog can talk! "Princess, I can get your ball." "The frog can talk." "What?" "Yes," he said. "If you will just lower me down in the bucket of the well, I can pick up your ball, put it into the bucket, tug the string 3 times, and you can lift us back up to the top." "You can?" She was beginning to think that this was not a gross frog after all. "Yes, I can do that, but I will require payment." "Well, my daddy has a lot of gold and jewels and silver and lots of things he could pay you with. Maybe you would like flies? We've got flies and flies and flies all over the castle." "Princess," said the frog, "I do not require flies. What I would like is 3 things. Number 1 is that you pick me up in your hand and take me to the castle, where I will sit by your golden plate and that you will pick me up and take me to your royal bed and let me sleep on your silken pillow. Number 3 is that you will give me a kiss. Ew! Do you want your ball? Said the frog with a flash in his eye. Yes, but ew! I see, said the frog, and he started to hop away, but the princess stopped him. No, Mr. Frog. I really do want my ball back. Maybe we could compromise. Maybe I could have a servant bring you some dinner here, and a pillow, and no kiss. My 3 payment conditions stand, he said, and turned to hop away again. Fine, said the princess. Fine, I'll do it, but be fast. As you wish. And he hopped into the bucket of the well, and she turned the crank that released the rope down into the well. She was so dark she couldn't see anything. It was so far away she couldn't hear what was going on. She just kept her hand on the rope, and soon she felt 3 tugs on the rope, and she turned the crank again all the way to the top and saw in the bucket was her golden ball. She scooped it up, knocking the frog to the side, and took it back up to the castle. Ding, 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 completely forgetting her entire conversation with the frog. That night, she was at dinner with her royal king daddy when there came a knock at the door. Princess, said the king, will you go see who that is? You must remember, we must be good to strangers and travelers and always keep our word. Yes, Daddy, she said, and she skipped to the door. She pulled it open and didn't see anyone. Princess, said an all too familiar voice. She looked down and saw the frog. Princess, your promise. And she slammed the door in his face and skittered back to the dinner table. Princess, said the king. Princess, who was that? No one? Her king daddy had an idea that no one wouldn't be able to knock at the door. So he stood up and went to the door himself and opened it. Your Majesty, said the frog. Oh, it's a frog. What can I do for you, Sir Frog? And the frog explained in harrowing detail the agreement that he had made with the princess. I see, said the king. Fine. And he had the frog hop up into his hand and carried the frog to the dining table. Princess, said the king, remember, we're always good to strangers and travelers, and we always keep our promises, said the princess. That's right. And I hear that you made a promise to this frog. The frog hopped out of the king's hand onto the table and immediately began stuffing his face with food from the princess's plate. Oh, well, you're gonna eat that? Ew. She was so disgusted she couldn't eat another bite. As soon as dinner was over, she pushed back her chair and leapt to her feet. Princess, remember your word, your promise. Oh, she picked up the frog and stomped off to her bedroom and dumped him on to her silken pillow. She climbed in herself and tried to sleep, but she had no idea how loudly frogs snore. She couldn't sleep all night for the sound of the snoring. When the morning finally came, she rubbed her sleepy eyes and said, "Fine, I kept my promise. You can go." "Princess," said the frog, "just one last favor." And the frog puckered up his green, slimy frog lips. "Ew," said the princess, and she picked up the frog and threw him against the wall. Splat! Well, he splatted on the wall, but she saw that in the shadows didn't appear to be a frog laying there dead or in pain or dead. She looked closer and saw standing there a tall, handsome prince. "Oh, who are you?" said the princess. "I am the prince of the neighboring kingdom who was captured by a witch and transformed into a frog. The only thing that could heal me was being thrown against the wall." "Well, why did you ask for all of that other stuff?" "Well, I didn't think you would do it if I asked, but I knew you would do it if you were frustrated enough with me to throw me against the wall. Thank you, princess, and your strong throwing arm. We might meet again." "Oh, wait! Am I not supposed to marry you and live happily ever after?" "No," said the frog prince. "No, I don't think so. Good day." And he left. The end. I am the story girl, and I've never thrown a frog against a wall. But I've always thought that the prince and the princess should not get married at the end of the story, because the princess behaves like a spoiled brat the whole time, which is why I altered the ending. How would you have altered it? It's actually not uncommon at the end of the story to have her throw him against the wall and that be the thing that breaks the spell. But they usually end up married or at very least engaged. But the relationship is based on this mutual animosity. Neither of them like each other. Remember, you can change the story however you would like to tell it. That's how all of these stories came to be. Somebody heard a story and they decided to change it. They decided to put in a frog, take out what actually happened at the end. So, whenever you make up a story or you tell a story, remember, you can add whatever you like. If you're familiar with my friend Dr. Seuss, he wrote a wonderful book called To Think That I Saw It on Mulberry Street. It talks all about a boy who uses his imagination to make the story much more interesting. I absolutely recommend it. Thank you for joining the story today. If you enjoyed this story, please like and subscribe. And if you want to see more stories, you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram, The Story Girl, that is story with an I.